My name is Jim, and I am the beer man, and I'm proud to sell this Coors Light. So please do not call me beer dude. Don't yell beer jockey, barley boy, or suds buddy, and I'll be happy to pour you a frost brewed Coors Light. Stay away from Brew Brother, Captain Cup, and Sir Pour-A-Lot, and you'll get your Rocky Mountain refreshment faster than you can say Lager Lugger. I am beer man.
Hey, beer stud.
You have to dig deep to find the source of Intrepid's solid feel. Reinforced door openings, strategically placed steel beams, and an isolated suspension cradle all contribute to Intrepid's supple ride. Take away that sturdy foundation and you have, well, nothing. Dodge Intrepid. We're changing everything. Again. Well equipped. $20,495.
ESPN's coverage of National Hockey Night is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, who reminds you the three most important words are, hey, beer man, and by the new Dodge, it's about change. And we are about hockey here in Los Angeles. Wayne Gretzky's final game at the Great Western Forum. Shot is knocked aside as Murray tried to work it free. Everybody's been qualifying it, likely his last game. Well, the only way it wouldn't be his last game is if the Rangers and the Kings meet in the Stanley Cup Finals, Bear.
It's his last game.
It's rather unlikely. Gretzky is on the ice now. He's checked inside the LA zone, and the Kings come out 3-on-2 as they shoot it in. Cloutier is there. They'll wrap it around the boards. Glenn Murray's been one of the more active Kings. To Perreault. Murray gets it back. Shot is stopped. Rebound. Kicks out and goes wide. Popovic looks like he's hurt after he blocked the Glenn Murray shot. Sundstrom for the Rangers. Off for Kovalov. Kovalov at center. Dipsy-doodling the bit. He's got Gretzky with him. Kovalev trying to make the move with one arm, showing off the strength there as he has whacked at. And it squirts free towards the front of the net. Now at the side. Gretzky there. Centering pass. And it split the two defenders and came back out to center.
I'll tell you, Cole was a little razzle-dazzle tonight. Threw his leg back. It went around the net. Made a good play back to the defenseman. Neil Smith, who's sitting up here close to us, got to be beating him, because this is one guy that hasn't played well, who's in all the trade rumors. So maybe it's showing that Alexi doesn't want to leave New York.
Shot from Mertzig is tipped in front by Stevens and stopped by Legacy. That shot goes wide of the net off the scramble. King should get to it and do. And here's Glenn Murray. Off for Yannick Perreault. Perreault, that line's out of gas. He'll just flip in and go for a change. Big Matt Johnson. We saw him coming. Everybody but Jan Mertzig, and Mertzig paid for it.
He's so big you hear him coming. You don't even have to see him coming.
At center, Stevens looks to force the issue. Comes up with the puck and across the line. Tried to feed it through to McLean, but it was broken up nicely by Ray Ferraro. Here's LePerriere and across the line. Samuelson's back for it, and there's Matt Johnson to rub him out. You can do that when you're 6'5". 2-on-1 Rangers. It's Tikkanen with McLean. Tikkanen the pass behind McLean, and he had Legacy leaning. McLean's shot is blocked off the skate of Ferraro. Karam's back behind the net. Leach will get to it. He'll wrist it over the net. And Mark Savard is there.
That's what happens when you're losing 3-0. You try and stand up and pinch and create something offensively. Bang, the team that's winning 3-0 gets a 2-on-1 the other way. Luckily, they didn't score there, but that's what happens when you try and create something. It always ends up costing you the other way when you're down in this situation.
Philippe Boucher will flip in, and on goal, and Cloutier will cover up. And that gets us back to our ESPN Sports Zone poll. Our question for you tonight. Again, it's tough when you own or share 61 NHL records. We pick 3. What is Wayne Gretzky's greatest accomplishment? The goals in a season, the points in a season, or having more career assists than anyone else has points? You can vote at the NHL page at ESPN.com as Wayne looks a bit animated. We asked Wayne his thoughts on this, and maybe we'll reveal his answer a little bit later on after you reveal yours. What's Wayne fired up about?
I think he's talking about Kovalev, that he wanted Kovalev to make a play with that puck, give it to him, and then get it back, go to an open spot in the defense and get it back.
Back to the point, shot on goal, and Cloutier's got that with Siplikov right in his face.
See, he's a team player. He wants a puck moved 2 or 3 times. He doesn't want a guy to go end-to-end and then lose the puck. He wants to get it, give it, get it from the guy and give it back to the guy, and that's what Kovalev didn't do in that situation. You're going to see a good draw here. Puck goes back to the point man. Let's see where Cloutier is. Out challenging again. Good job by the D there. He saw the puck the whole way. On a screenshot like that, that's what you're trying to do. Keep the offensive players on the outside.
Shot from the point is blocked by Todd Harvey, who went down in a heap. He is still down and rolling around on the ice in pain. I don't know if he blocked that shot or caught a stick, Barry, right off the faceoff.
Well, I think he blocked the shot. He lost the draw, and that means he's got to get out to and block it. I think, again, blocking shots an art form, Steve. You see players do it like a Ludwig or those Dallas players, and it didn't happen in the situation. He goes, oh, he's pulled down, so he was off balance, and he got it in his stomach or his chest area. So, as we say in the hockey world, that'll leave a mark.
Well, that's double trouble. First you get knocked down, and then while prone, you take the buck off the body.
Well, you're off balance. He's trying to fight through to block the shot because the Rangers lost the draw. We talked about the Rangers really struggling on draws, Steve. That's one of their glaring weaknesses. They don't have a centerman that consistently win draws, and when you got to win draws in your defensive zone, that kills you. Kings win draws back-to-back. They get 2 good point shots. Harvey knows he has to get out there. Can't let the puck go to the point because you're playing with fire. Giving any team 2 point-blank point shots. He gets out there, is tripped up, and gets hit in the stomach area.
And they can't afford to be without Harvey. He leads their team. Was tied for the lead in goals with 6 of them. Well, tomorrow at 8 o'clock from Las Vegas, the tradition of championship bouts and top-rated challengers will continue with a new twist. Classic fight footage on ESPN2's Friday Night Fights. It's presented by Budweiser, and this month's classic footage is the best pound-for-pound fighters in history, plus a 10-round lightweight bout between Steve Johnston and Demetrios Ceballos, as well as the latest boxing news and information.
Steve, how come players that are struggling never get hurt? I've always wondered that as a coach. Right here, Harvey, I think maybe their most consistent best player of the year so far. Goes out there, fights through a check, gets hit in the arm area, looks like maybe the elbow, upper arm area, and there's no protection in that area. Watch, see where you can see where the puck hits. Looks like his left arm. Oh, if that's an elbow, that's going to hurt. Lots.
And he's got to be bruised already. I was surprised. See, he leads the NHL in hits. They're keeping that category, that statistic. He leads the NHL #1 in hits dished out.
Not a lot of things have worked well for the New York Rangers this year, but that's got to be something Neil Smith is very happy about, getting him from the Dallas Stars. He's young, he can score, he's a fire plug, he's a motivator, he's an agitator, and a talented kid. So the Rangers certainly got to be happy with acquiring him in the season-ending deal with Dallas.
We talked with Neil today about the trade rumors, about Pavel Bure. He said he's had conversations with Brian Burke, but Burke has yet to give him any names of who he wants off the Rangers roster. And Neil said he's not about to offer names. He's going to wait for Brian Burke to ask him.
But again, the guys you want.
Suplikov shot blocked out of play and into the crowd.
You want the Cloutiers and young players.
The feel of smart design is the feel of flexibility. Schick Tracer FX is the only razor that flexes to cover every sensitive curve. A design so smart, you can feel it. Schick, the feel of smart design.
There's no better job than this one. Hey, I get to deliver refreshing frost-brewed Coors Light to my dear friends.
Alex.
And they enjoy it.
Hey, Alex.
Because Coors Light is Rocky Mountain Refreshment, the silver bullet, la bala de plata. And I am the one who's got it. Besides, I'm here to please them. And it makes me kind of, popular.
Hey, beer hombre.
A new friend. Coors Light! Coors Light!
Sansom, Robitaille, centering pass in front. They score! They score! Wayne Gretzky wins it for Los Angeles.
I'm not sure what's better, that goal or that goal call by our pal Tom Mees.
Tommy Mees, yeah. Game 6, overtime, we wouldn't have got to Game 7 if we don't score that goal, and he does it.
And Gretzky had a pretty good Game 7 as well in Toronto, didn't he?
Yeah, pretty good playoffs. He led the scoring race by a mile in the playoffs. A hat trick in Game 7, overtime winner in Game 6. Again, I was lucky enough to probably maybe see his last kick at the can, and to see him dominate the way we all have seen him dominate in the past.
Here's Kovalov at center. He's got Gretzky with him. Here's 99. Pulls up. Cross for Leach, and it was just tipped away.
You asked what they're talking about in the bench. That's exactly what they're talking about in the bench, because that's what Wayne wanted to happen in the play before when Kovalev carried it in.
Here's Kovalov now. Tipped by Gretzky and just wide of the net. So it's the Hoosiers theory, Barry, right? You want to make 4 passes before you shoot the puck?
No, someone said that the other day. I never heard something like that before. But he wants to have the puck at least once in the offensive zone in order to make somebody draw a couple guys to him and make a play.
Check thrown back behind the net. Comes back to the point. Vichot shot. Score! It popped up over Cloutier and in. And the Kings are on the board. It's 3-1. A familiar tune here in Los Angeles, Bear. I love L.A.
Well, they've scored so few goals, I don't think many people know the words anymore. But watch out, the puck goes out to the point. Robitaille's in front of the net the way he's been for years. Hits Kovalev. I said Kovalev's in every play tonight. Hits Kovalev, I believe, the Ranger player. Hops over Robitaille. I don't know if Luke touched it or not, but it goes right over Cloutier's shoulder. So maybe things are changing for the LA Kings, because that's a goal that you need to break, and they got one in this situation.
I believe Mark Vichot will get credit for it as the Kings look to come right back, and a shot from the angle from Eric Lacroix. And stopped by Cloutier. Kings have really picked up their play and start to feed off some of this emotion as Lacroix just threw a big check at center ice.
Again, the most important shift of a game, Steve, is after you score a goal, the other team scores a goal, the Rangers must come out now and take control of the game again.
Back behind the net. They're giving the credit to Luc Robitaille on the goal. His 11th of the season. Kings are in the game as Scott Frazier is whacked at, hit hard by Sandy Mulder, chopped at, and that allows the Kings to come out again. Here's Eric Lacroix, backhand shot on goal, and Cloutier will cover up. And Schneider and Lacroix now get together, and the gloves come off.
A little frustration shown there in Steve on Eric Lacroix, who's been through a tumultuous couple of weeks of late and has been a healthy scratch here a couple times. There's Luc Robitaille still owns the record for most goals scored by a left winger in a season with 63. Not the scorer he once was, but he's certainly off to a great start this season, and that's where he scores his goal from, in front of the net. I think he's got the quickest hands maybe in the league at one time. Puck hits him. I think Lucky might have stolen one here. But if he scores 63 goals, you got to steal a couple. I think that hit the Ranger player in front of Robitaille and hopped over everybody. But
Robitaille is 11th, Barry. Check this. Last season, he only scored 16 goals in 57 games. If that one stays as his own, that'll be his 11th in 20 games this year.
Talented man in front of the net. He gets that puck. Quick shot and get it upstairs, but he's very brave. Everyone doesn't think Luc Robitaille is a brave player. He'll pay a heck of a price in order to score a goal in front of the net. Really pays a price to score.
The Kings are now out shooting the Rangers, Barrow, 11-1. That's over the last 15 and a half minutes, ever since the Adam Graves goal. And they bat at it. Perreault had a great opportunity there, and Cloutier held on to the post.
Well, what happened in this period, Steve, the New York Rangers came out and they tried to win this game 3-0. They weren't forechecking. They were plugging up the neutral zone with 5 guys. They were dumping the puck in, and you can't play like that. You still have to put some pressure offensively on the team you're playing against, and they're just sitting around right here. They're losing battles. The Kings have smelled a little bit of blood now. They're taking over, and the Rangers better get a little bit of fire here and take control of the play again, because they're not shooting. They're not trying to score on the Kings, and thus the Kings can get their offensive attack going. Very lucky that Cloutier was strong enough to hold the post with his leg there, because Yannick Pro got 3 wipes at the puck before anyone cleared him out in front of the net.
It's Robitaille's 11th from Vichot and Siplikov at even strength. Vichot, Barry, picked up 2 assists last night, his first National Hockey League points. So he's got 3 assists now in the last 2 games coming on offensively. They could use some offense from the defense. Coming up on the midway point of this hockey game, and all of a sudden things have turned around. Mark Savard for the Rangers looks to come away. Here's Adam Graves at center for New York. Rangers, as you see, shot less here early on in the second period.